the actor strike, which has now gone on 118 days. 118 days. There were some people who really didn't think that the strike was going to last all that long. And yet here we are going on to 4 months that the strike has been happening. Now, there's been a lot of back and forth, a lot of, digging in their heels, a lot of trying to play it out in the public court of opinion when that's useless. That doesn't make your deals happen. But it came down to yesterday, one issue. The studios were wanting the right. They put in their last, best, and final offer that they wanted the right to digitally scan actors and have the ability to reuse their image and their likeness without compensation and without permission. And they wanted the right to be able to use the likeness of dead actors without needing to get the permission from the estate or families of those dead actors.
Ugh.
I'm not going to relaunch into my entire rant from yesterday, but it's one of the most asinine, idiotic things I have ever heard. Now, what we then heard was about 5 minutes after the show ended that the studios had gone back to the actors and they changed the language. And apparently they backed off a number of the things that were in that, which is good to hear. So could a deal be close? Maybe. This comes from the folks over at Deadline who wrote the following. Facing a technology that is clearly evolving in leaps and bounds, the Guild wants to see sturdy guardrails, as a SAG-AFTRA source termed it, that will protect its 160,000 members, both in terms of compensation and rights to their likeness. While the gap between what the AMPTP is now offering and what the Guild is seeking has significantly narrowed in the past 36 hours, they say they are close but not there yet, according to the SAG-AFTRA source. We're told that the Guild leaders, too, were hopeful that Tuesday, this was just last night, was all about Lombardy and Crabtree, Ireland, the negotiators for SAG, hammering out the details and fine print. Okay, so we have found ourselves in this situation a couple of times in the last few weeks where, oh my gosh, it looks like they could have a deal. But from what we understood, the big hurdle that was in the way was this language at the studio, this idiotic language that the studios were trying to put in about AI and digital likeness and being able to steal their image and their likeness and use their likeness without compensation or permission. Just absolutely asinine. But it sounds like they realized that was stupid and have backed off that a bit. So could a deal be imminent? Let me put it this way. I was told about 10 minutes before starting the show today that I needed to keep my phone handy and keep my eye on my text messages coming in because apparently the finish line is in sight. Now, whether or not they hit another big snag approaching the finish line like they did a couple of weeks ago and then like they did again this weekend has yet to be seen. But from what we're hearing, the major hurdles have been cleared now. And it's all about, as that Deadline article says, hammering out those final details, getting those last little issues squared away. I'm hoping that by the end of the show today, but again, we've said this before, that maybe by the end of the show today, and it has never happened, maybe today is the day. Maybe not. I don't know. But it at least sounds like that big, ridiculous AI thing is out of the way. Listen, they've gotten past the residual stuff. That's all cleared up. It sounds like maybe they've gotten past the AI thing. That's all cleared up. So hopefully now it's just about the fine details and getting into this. Sean, did you hear about this AI stuff? I mean, AI is a technology. It's a part of reality now. It's going to be a part of the entertainment business. That's fine. But this stuff about how the studios wanted to be able to have the rights to take their digital likeness, use them without permission, use them without future compensation. I don't know. We want to take a second to thank a sponsor of this video, Fume. Quitting cold turkey is great in theory, but you and I both know it's way more difficult than that. And that's why there's a better way to break your bad habits. We're not talking about some fake online promises. We're talking about our sponsor, Fume. And they look at the problem in a different way. Instead of a drastic, uncomfortable change, why not just remove the bad from your habit? Fume is an innovative, award-winning flavor-air device that does just that. See, instead of vapor, Fume uses flavored air. Instead of electronics, Fume is completely natural. And instead Instead of harmful chemicals, Fume uses delicious flavors. You get it. Instead of bad, Fume is good. It's a habit you're free to enjoy and makes replacing your bad habit easy. I personally didn't know what to expect when I first got my Fume. I mean, I've never liked vapes, but my goodness, the taste, the first time I tried it, I was completely sold on it. It was incredible. Stopping is something we all put off because it's hard, but switching to Fume is easy, enjoyable, and even fun. Fume has served over 150,000 customers and has thousands of success stories, and there's no reason that can't be you. You gotta try the new Solano Fume. It's made with a premium walnut barrel and an onyx-coated mouthpiece that has a slightly softer finish. Start the holidays off right with the good habit by going to tryfume.com/Campea and getting the Journey Pack today. Fume is giving listeners of the show 20% off until December 1st when they use my code Campea to help make starting the good habit that much easier. So start the good habit at tryfume.com/Campea to save an additional 20% off the Journey Pack today until December 1st and 10% off year round. What was your take on that? And with that seemingly out of the way, are you expecting we could hear deals soon? Or do you think, you know what, it's too late at this point? They're probably not going to get this thing done till January. How are you feeling today about this?
Some of this is so strange. Like, we had this exact conversation 2 days ago.
Yep.
And we've been hearing the same thing for 12 days, basically, almost 2 weeks of like straight of like, it's about to be done. And you think that still yesterday, they're like, no, we can't give up on this AI thing. How are we 4.5 months into the actors strike? And that's like the sticking one where no one is on the side of the studios. Like, I understood why residuals are tricky, but like, you get to scan me and use me forever. You can revive the dead without permission. No one's on that side. Like, no one thinks that's good. And especially this early in AI, where it's evolving so quickly, that's the line you can't surrender that now, because then you just, Pandora's box, it's opened. So the fact that still yesterday, that was like no, we really want to be able to do that is crazy. And that's where I kind of go, I mean, it feels like this is about to be resolved. And at the same time, why on earth were they still talking about that yesterday? I don't know. Some of it strikes me as just so weird, so clueless, and like just a disingenuous negotiating tactic of like, let's just last minute say, no, we're not going to give up on this just to see what they say. But I don't know. That was still being discussed yesterday is still like, my brain doesn't know how to compartmentalize that, where to put that information, because it's so wacky.
Anyway, guys, here's hoping that at some point today, this whole nightmare situation can get put to an end. Television can get back into production. Movies can get back into production. Movies can start getting promoted. Movies don't have to get continuously pushed off their release dates, and actors can get out there and start supporting the movies that they're in. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see if we actually get there. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.